Hello, I am so happy I got a hold of you, and yes, do not adjust your YouTube screen, I am back. And 2019, I know you haven't seen as much as me as you have in previous years, but I took a much needed break and am ready to get right back in it for 2020. So I figured let's start with my top 10 games of 2019. 2019 was a up and down year for me. There was a lot of games that came out that I was excited for that turned out to be disappointing. There's other games that I was hyped for that I didn't get around to playing. So I haven't played the new Resident Evil 2 remake yet. I haven't played the Death Stranding. There's games that I haven't played yet that had I played would likely be on this list. And others, if I had played, would still not be on this list. But either way, let's get to it. And Reaper's gonna help as well. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Alright. What the hell? Why does no one ever put me on the show anymore? Yeah, I'll probably cut that. So starting with number 10, this is one of the games that actually I'd probably put more in my disappointment column than Game of the Year. But I still have a lot of love for the series, and this one is ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove. When they announced this, I had missed the Kickstarter and I was so bummed, so I joined and got the t-shirt and was following the process and was just super excited for it. I even got the limited edition collector's edition from Limited Run that looks like a present, because this is why I fell in love with the old game, these cool looking presents with these ridiculous designs. But the game itself just... It wasn't like, it just didn't have the same magic. When Link Between Worlds came out, I felt like it was a perfect love letter while at the same time being its own game to Link to the Past. With this, it felt like a love letter, but at the same time I think they did a little bit too much with it. Part of ToeJam and Earl's elegance is its simplicity, and this one just crams in too many NPCs, too many presents, just too much. Still, one of my top games of the year, but I wish it had been a lot higher than it ended up being. Number 9. Now, number 9 was a game that my buddy Rewind Mike informed me about. It was a new game, but for the NES. Now, it came out on Steam and other things, but the one I got was the NES version, which is a little game called Micro Mages. It's a 4-player simultaneous game where you basically climb up. You have different power-ups. I am planning on doing a review on this. Me and my little brother beat it for his birthday back in August. Just to show you kind of how much WoW's taken over my life. I did this months ago and haven't done anything with the footage. But yeah, the music is great. The animation is great. It plays so smoothly. It's amazing to see games in 2019 coming out on a 30-year-old system that just show you something new and are fun as hell. So Micro Mages, highly recommended. One of the games of the year for me. Number 8. Now, number 8 was actually higher on this list as soon as this morning. But I've been playing it actively because I'm trying to catch up on some of the games I've missed. And for me, number 8 is Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, I had this pegged a lot higher because the first few hours of the game are gold. It captures that original GameCube version on a T, bad controls and all. It's great. You go through and you have all the different floors. You're in a continuous mansion, so unlike the second one, it's not level-based. But then the more I played it, the more the stuff I didn't like in the second one starts coming up. Like the different ghosts, the way you slam them, the way that every single floor of the hotel tends to be its own level, and then they have an end boss in the end. And one of the things I really enjoyed from the original GameCube version was just exploring, and you would come across these ghosts that you wouldn't know how to capture, and you had to figure out how to get them in the room. In this one, you have a goo version of yourself, you have a plunger you shoot out, you have a dark vision light you can shoot, and the dark vision light is not very easy to use with the control scheme. Very difficult to hold it down and search. So, it's still a fun game, but I can't help but notice these flaws a little bit more, and wish it would just been a little bit more true to the GameCube one and not try to be so much nuance in it. Alright, number 7. Now, number 7 was a game that I had a great time with, and when I saw the initial reviews, it didn't seem like anyone else did. but I knew I trusted my gut, and I had a good feeling that it'd be a good game. And that one is, of course, Days Gone. Sony exclusive. You're an open world biker, interesting story, fun gameplay loop. I can't say enough good things about this, and called it $20 on Black Friday. I know I sold several copies of this, and if you picked it up and played it, let me know what you think. I still think $20 is more than worth what this game offers. The horde mode alone, when you're taking out those giant zombie crowds, I've not seen any game give that kind of adrenaline rush without scaring the hell out of you, which I like. Alright, number 6. Now, number 6, I'd hold up something, but I can't. It's a digital-only game, and this one came way out of left field. Now, I've told a lot of people I am not a big puzzle guy, and I am not a big Tetris guy at all. Well, lo and behold, the Battle Royal I didn't know I was missing was Tetris 99. Because holy cow, I was obsessed with this game for a while. I never did win, and I didn't play that much, but I never did win. I got second a couple times, and I'm not very good at Tetris, but the whole game is not just about being good at Tetris. You have to have strategy, you gotta line up your kill shots, you gotta go after people. The more people you kill, the more dangerous you get, but then the more you get targeted. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. It was free with your Nintendo subscription. I know they have DLC now. They have a single player mode. I haven't played it since then. I'm just talking about the base game that came out. Still, this 6th best game I've played this whole year. So Tetris 99, if you have a Switch, if you haven't played it, get it now. It's free. Alright, number 5. Now, number 5 was another game that came out of left field that I had no idea was coming out. Now, I was a big fan of the original. I played it a lot on PC, which I'm not a PC gamer, so it should tell you the quality of the original. And that game, once again, digital only, it's not even technically out yet, it's in early access, is Risk of Rain 2. They basically made the original Risk of Rain in 3D. I can't, if you haven't played it, I can't give a better description than that. It is fast-paced, it is fun. If you couldn't see the tiny guys in the original Risk of Rain, which I will admit got old at times, you got big 3D models, you get to see the magma worm in 3D, you get to see all the different bosses in 3D, and it's not even done yet. I played a lot with my buddy Rewind, Donovan, other people, Bane, and it was a great time. I can't wait to see it finally get a full release and see what else they can do with it, but amazing. Risk of Rain 2, early access, and when it first came out, they had a buddy code, so you would buy one copy and you could gift one to another friend, so that was brilliant. Great game. Check it out. I know I'm not a big PC guy, I'm not a big early access guy, but this game justifies both. Alright, number 4. Now, I have put over 500 hours in this game since August. I know it should be a surprise that it's not number 1, but I can't say it's number 1 because it's a game that I've already played and did have an official release. And by now you should know, I mean the re-release of Classic World of Warcraft. And yes, this is the collector's edition. I don't know why I'm buying these now. It's a Ragnaros statue, and it's super cool, and I'll probably display it once I get into a new house and have a proper way of displaying it. But yeah, Classic WoW. For all those who say you can't go home again, I've had an amazing experience on Smolderweb USA. Horde side, met good friends, Slayer, Jacoland, Azeroth, Drons, to name a few, Runic. Just good buddies. I'm a level 60 rogue. I'm almost full Night Slayer, Bloodfang. I got my Perdition's Blade, my Corehound Tooth. And unfortunately, PvP came out and the ranking system has killed my soul. Alterac Valley is the new meta, and it's probably for the best because I wasn't coming back to the channel anytime soon, the way they kept drip feeding the content out, but I think now I'm finally ready to go back to raid logging and play some other stuff. So Classic World of Warcraft, number 4 game of the year, amazing, check it out. So what could be better than Classic World of Warcraft? Well, glad you asked. Number 3. Now this game could have been my game of the year, but they decided to take my favorite game series and try and meld it with a style of RPG that is more Persona and less Fire Emblem Three Houses. Once again, this is the Steel Case Collector's Edition. This game is great. There's 3 different paths you can choose, technically 4. You can control one of 3 houses. You have the blue lions, the red griffins, and the golden deer. Each one has its own set of characters and its own leader. And that is its greatest strength and its greatest weakness, because one of the things I love about Fire Emblem is recruiting people on the battlefield. There's virtually none of that, because what you have is you have 3 different groups of players. You get one immediately. You're usually just going to use that group you start with. You can get a few tertiary characters, the Knights of Saros, like Shamir, the bow chick. I used the hell out of her. I really like that character. But you can recruit the other characters based on how much gifts you give them and how much you talk to them and how much, like, this out of the game stuff that I just didn't really have the patience for. The battle system was amazing. They introduce a new mechanic called battalions that give you an attack that allows you to weaken your opponent without getting a retaliatory attack. And it's just, they got rid of the duo system that's been in the last 2 games, and it feels dangerous, it feels fun. But at the same time, they give you so much customization that any character can literally be anything. And you don't just level up once. You have a beginner seal, advanced seal, master seal. Any class can be any character, so it's a little overwhelming. It's great for customization sakes, but it's too much. It's too much. And that's why this is my number 3 game of the year. If it was down to the Fire Emblem combat system they've introduced, it's probably my favorite Fire Emblem since Path of Radiance. But the outside, because what will happen is you'll start a month, and then every week you have a choice. You can either explore the monastery and talk to people, you can have a seminar where you train people's skills, you can do a battle session where you go and do 2 different battles, 1 different battle based on your skill, or you can rest. And when you rest, you recharge your sublime weapon. And the story's great, but it's such a slog sometimes. It reminds me of Tactics Ogre, where you have to do these meaningless battles to level up your characters to make the rest of the game easier. So rather than be forced to have 20 battles, and you better level up your guys appropriately, you better not lose anyone, which I played on classic mode, I played on hard mode. It still felt a little easy. I know they added an insane mode now, but really, I'm being hard on the game because I love Fire Emblem so much, but it really delved a little bit too much into the kind of the monastery side of the game when I really just want to do the tactical side of the game. But yeah, number 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So, number 2. Now, number 2 is a little bit of a cheat. This game technically came out in the 90s, but it never officially came out in America until this year. And that is Seiken Densetsu 3, or Secret of Mana 2, or as it's now known on the collection of Mana, Trials of Mana. And Trials of Mana is probably one of my favorite games I've played for the channel in all my 4 years of doing this. I only did 1 of the 3 potential playthroughs. I'll probably, when the 3D remake comes out, I will do a review of that and go with one of the other pathways that I didn't choose. It's just such a good game, and I wanted to get a little bit more praise for it. Yeah, I know the game is an old game, but really the quality of it, I enjoyed it more than the other games on this list. Well, maybe not Classic WoW, but that one is kind of a cheat too. Anyways, Trials of Mana, check it out. The collection of Mana is well worth it, and I'm looking forward to that 3D re-release. And finally, number 1. Wow, I was so wrong on this game. I made some bold prediction videos, which turned out to be mostly true. Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of forgettable. What's its name? Anthem was a dumpster fire waiting to happen. But I said that this game would be more of the same, and about an 8. And number 1 for me is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. I have tried and tried and tried to get into the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne games, and I just can't. Until now. This game fixed every complaint I have with the series. Gone is stamina, gone is useless armor, gone is a cumbersome leveling up system where you have different choice, and instead you are left with, here's what you do for your power, here's what you do for your health, here's what you do for your abilities, and there's no way of, unfortunately I leveled up the wrong way. This way, there's no way to do that wrong. You get enough consumables and you get a new health bar. You get enough of this consumable and you get this. It's kind of like God of War in that regard. And the way I think of it is it's a more action-based Tenchu, because there is stealth in it, but not really. And it's just so much fun. It's just, I mean, Sekiro is a great game, and it is hard as balls. None of the games on this list, outside of WoW being a time suck, really put your ass to the fryer like this game, because I was just, oh god, it was hard. It was hard to get up and play it sometimes. It was mentally taxing. It's part of the reason I like Days Gone so much, is because after playing Days Gone, or after Sekiro, I went to Days Gone, and Days Gone was just an easy cakewalk. But yeah, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, my game of the year for 2019. Like I said, I know I missed a few big ones this year. Resident Evil 2 Remake, I'm looking at you. But I am looking forward to 2020. We have a lot of games coming out, especially in March. We got the Cyberpunk, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got games, man. We got games. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting back to some regular videos. If you guys like the unsuccessful YouTuber stuff still, let me know. I got a few more of those I can pump out. And yeah, it's good to be back. All right, guys. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.